Well, so does everyone, Claudia. Now you are doing collecting data in Alberta. Are you still collecting data in Alberta?
No, we're done with that. I'm actually revising it now, reviewing it. So I have this, as I said, small team on a shoestring. I've had them for different projects, but for this particular one, there's two gals, two young investigators, and we are now looking at the trends, and that's how I found out that we have more people, fewer unvaccinated and more vaccinated, but the vaccinated are divided in very interesting ways. Only a fraction of them have the 2 or more boosters. So there's a lot of them in between who stopped at the first booster, right? They thought, okay, and this is my impression, right? I came through here to keep my job, but I'm throwing it now. And the moment Alberta is no longer asking for them, I believe. So that's one thing that we're looking at. And I'm also looking at what they wrote. And some people wrote, this survey is very biased because it wants us to say bad things about the vaccine. And I respectfully disagree with those people, because I'm asking them on a scale from very much to very little or nothing. I give them options to say what they want all the time. All kinds of questions, supportive and negative, but you can say, I completely disagree with this. But they frame my attempt to open up the dialogue about the downsides as being biased against them, if you know what I mean.
And that's been the narrative the whole time.
Right. And you know about that, right?
It's not enough to be completely on board with their narrative. If you put out any kind of question or survey or whatever that would allow the other side to have a voice, well, now you're still the problem.
Exactly. You ask a question. Yeah, you ask a question and they have the label. You're either vaccine hesitant or an anti-vaxxer. So you don't need arguments. Who needs arguments, right? Who needs evidence? You can just label people and then assault them. So that's exactly the process of stigmatization that we've been studying, in the field of sociology. When I became a sociologist, I learned about this is going on for years, right? It's over half a century long, tradition of critical inquiry, the process of stigmatizing to create enemies and assault them, right? To make it legitimate to assault them.
Yes.
And there's a new study that I just launched. I'll tell you just a couple of words about it, looking at the critically at the, sort of evaluating the evidence, etc., the distribution of medical mandates across Ontario. So that'll take me about a year. When they were implemented, why they were implemented, what were the arguments for implementation, how were the workers who defied the mandates construed, and by that meaning portrayed in the public discourse. So it's kind of I won't be as much talking to people as looking at documentation that, media representations of things, how the media communicates these things to the public, because if the public is, just only allowed to hear one voice, then we shouldn't be surprised that, people say, well, they are the experts. They may know what they're talking about, and so on.
All right. So Claudia, thank you so much for the excellent research that you've done. And I'll be looking forward. Please keep me informed on what you're doing now and when you find some conclusions from that. And thank you again for your time.
Thank you so much for having me here.